The views and opinions expressed on this podcast are those of the host and the guests, and do not necessarily reflect the views of any affiliated individuals, organizations, or sponsors. The content is provided for entertainment and informational purposes only, and should not be taken as professional advice. While we strive for accuracy, we make no representation or warranties about the completeness, reliability, or accuracy of the information discussed. Listeners are encouraged to verify facts and form their own opinions. The host and producers are not responsible for any errors, omissions, or outcomes related to the use of this content. By listening, you agree that the host and the production team will not be held liable for any actions you take or decisions you make based on the information presented. Thank you.
You're listening to Doja Told Ya Radio.
All right, man. We back. Yeah, I had to get me a quick little drink real quick. But while we are coming off of the racial tension of white supremacy and white genocide, you know, the white replacement, the whites being fed up, how about the whites refusing to apologize for whiteness now? According to the vice president, you should no longer want to apologize or be apologetic for being white. I didn't know that whites were apologetic for being white anyway. I never had a white person apologize to me for being white. And I don't know if you guys want to, hey, go ahead and give it a shot. But let's get back to why the whites are fed up and why they feel that they shouldn't be apologetic. Who would have known?
America, just in general, from the top all the way down. What I have learned is that y'all are the most selfish group of people I've ever seen in my life. You don't care about your fellow man or woman or child in this country as long as you good. When black folk was talking about affordability, you didn't care because you had yours. You don't care right now. If your affordability would be great and the rest of us were starving to the point that we was dying, you wouldn't care. You wouldn't care if there was an eviction crisis. As long as you was in your house, you would be good with millions of black folks and everybody else on the street, as long as you have a house. You wouldn't care if everybody in this country didn't have health care, but you had it. You wouldn't care. You wouldn't care at all as long as you got yours. See, the thing is, selfishness is not of God. Selfishness is one of the root causes of sin and unrighteousness. Some of you claim that you go to church. Didn't the scripture teach, do unto others as you have them do unto you? So if you want health care, should you want everybody else to have it? If you want to have a home and a job and groceries be down and all that, should you want that for everybody else? But clearly you have shown a pattern that you don't care about nobody else but yourself. You set this whole thing up all these years. If you'd addressed that back when black folks told you it was an affordability crisis with healthcare, rent, mortgages, all of that, you wouldn't be experiencing this today. See, a lot of this stuff that you're dealing with, white America, is that it was preventable. But because some of, I'm gonna say a good portion, thought that it was your birthright to have it all and black folks to have nothing, you forgot that we live in the same country, right? Whatever happens to us is going to eventually happen to you. They perfect oppression on us, and then they bring it to you perfected. They give the bad food to us and perfect it over here, and then they bring you the bad food later perfected. They gentrify us, now they're gentrifying you out of your neighborhoods and your land with the AI data centers. They did it to us first, but you didn't say nothing about it because you didn't care because they didn't affect you. They're messing up your water just as much as they messed up our water with the AI data centers, right? They're messing up your environment just as much as they messed up ours, putting refineries and everything else in our area. But now they're doing it to you because you got all this land around you. And they need that for the AI data centers. And now you're complaining about that. But when black folks told you about Cancer Alley in Louisiana, none of you said, hey, wait a minute, hold on. These people, they getting cancer. They can't be living around here. All this soil got too many chemicals in it. Black people can't be living right here. No. These refineries go have to either buy these people out of their property or some of them have to go to jail for emissions. Nobody said anything because it was black people. And now you're starting to see some of the same effects slowly starting to happen to white Americans. But when you don't care when it happens to the least of these, then why would somebody care when it happens to you? This is why when things happen to you, people don't feel sympathy when you complain. The only time it's a crisis when it happens to you. Because they don't care when nothing happens to us as black America. I just want to be clear on that.
Crystal clear. So we know where we at right now. We know where we going. We know where we at. Crystal clear. And that was another post from Kevin Blue 345 on Twitter. And also the post said that selfishness is an evil trait, and white Americans and others are selfish, which is one of the most destructive traits of humanity. It is a trait that is not human. Humans have all kinds of traits like empathy, humility, honesty, patience, and sympathy. A lot of these, the thieves of humanity. Uh, uh, but yeah, that's a great post, man, from the brother Kevin Blue and
a
whoever the brother. It looked like they had some type of casino advertisement on the. What is it? What is it? Monday Casino? Mondo Casino. I was like, Monday? I guess the post is sponsored by Mondo. Anyway, let's talk about. Oh man, let's put that away. Put that away. You gonna get me? Anyway, that's my lunch. My lunch for later. Let's talk about JD Vance, man. JD Vance saying that white folks no longer have to apologize for being white.
In the United States of America, you don't have to apologize for being white anymore. In the United States of America, you don't have to apologize for being white anymore.
When did y'all start apologizing? When where like where does he get off feeling like, for one, that you shouldn't be apologetic for the atrocities that your culture continues to do, to oppress other cultures with? Like, the pressure is not it's not going away. Is a constant pressure, racism, systematic racism in America. Even when you live in Atlanta and you sometimes forget that you got to deal with white folks, and sometimes you get tired of dealing with some types of black folks too. That's not untrue, but JD Vance went to this Turning Point USA I guess meeting. They had a Turning Point USA Klan rally called America Fest. And during this America Fest, JD Vance decided to whistle. He whistleblowing to the other racists out there. Let's look at this full clip, and then we're gonna look at a reaction to the clip.
And in the meantime, what are the Democrats offering you in the meantime? I gotta say, ladies and gentlemen, they are not sending their best. Omar Fateh was Ilhan Omar's candidate for mayor of Mogadishu. Minneapolis. Little Freudian slip there. Oh, Jasmine.
A little racist slip. So these are the highlights of JD Vance at Turning Point USA. And again, JD Vance has gotten a makeover since becoming a vice president. Looked like he tried to slim down a little bit, start using makeup in his face. And, and they grooming him to be the next slave master of America. And, he is gathering his troops and staking his claim of culture, which is racism, but they don't see it as racism. They see it as patriotism. And they see it as being a good Christian. This Turning Point USA rally, the organization is a Christian nationalist organization that believe that, America is a Christian nation and should only be a Christian nation. And while I'm not totally against Christians, I don't think that you should be imposing religion on any set of people. I just don't believe in that part. I don't believe in making people worship what you want them to worship. And if they aren't worshiping what you want them to worship, then you persecute them. No, we can't have that.
Hello.
All right. So these are some of the highlight. This is the highlight tape, or a short version of the highlight tape from J.D. Vance at Turning Point USA rally.
Oh, Jasmine Crockett.
Talked about Jasmine Crockett.
The record speaks for itself. She wants to be a senator, though her street girl persona is about as real as her nails.
And see, folks will buy into the fact that just because Jasmine Crockett has confidence, attitude, a little bit of arrogance, but she has to, because in the rooms that she walks in, she has to perform twice as and be twice as better to even get in those rooms, right? So that's going to come with a little bit of arrogance and a whole lot of confidence. And when black women have confidence and arrogance, they're seen as ghetto sometimes. And I don't see Jasmine Crockett in any way as ghetto or as the way that some people portray her as. And they got a lot of our black folks fooled on what is ghetto and what is just being black.
In the United States of America, you don't have to apologize for being white anymore. And in the meantime,
tell them how you really feel.
What are the Democrats offering you in the meantime? I got to say, ladies and gentlemen, they are not sending their best.
And this is who the Republicans send when they send their best, right? The vice president, who got it because of a merit system. Yeah, whatever. So yeah. I don't know, man. What the hell? I do, but I don't want to say it. I'll let one of these other guys. I'll let the Defiant lawyers speak for me on this one. Call my lawyer, the Defiant lawyers, on this one.
I need you to listen closely to our vice president.
You don't have to apologize for being white anymore. You don't have to apologize for being white anymore.
That was J.D. Vance at a recent Turning Point event, the organization that Charlie Kirk founded. And when I heard Vance's words, I had to ask myself, are we in the 21st century or the 19th century? Because Vance stood there with his whole chest and told white America, you don't have to apologize for being white anymore. Now, that is a dubious and loaded statement. And it makes me ask, when has white America really apologized? White America isn't even apologetic for the injustices it committed. You see, Vance is trying to portray white people as victims, even while they remain firmly in control of this country. Let me tell you what we heard Vance do. He flexed. On behalf of the Trump administration and MAGA, Vance flexed their power. They're telling white America and the rest of America that whites don't have to account for any of it. He's saying that they don't have to apologize for any evil done in the name of whiteness. They're telling white America to forget the legacy of colonialism and white supremacy, slavery, genocide. They want to erase manifest destiny and the doctrine of discovery. They want to ignore, like it never happened, Jim Crow, lynchings, systemic racism, redlining, sharecropping, convict leasing, segregation. They want to ignore the concentrated black poverty that arose out of all of that. We still see today the consequences of all that evil. And he says white America doesn't have to apologize. You know what was really heartbreaking about this as well? Many black people attended that event, including celebrities like Nicki Minaj. You also had black voices during 2024 actively encouraging other black folks to support and vote for this regime. They all co-signed this message that says, basically, our history, our struggle, they don't really matter. And speaking of reparations, I thought these black voices were all about reparations. Clearly, they are not about reparations. And last of all, the vice president's words absolving and excusing the racial injustices that we've suffered in this country could motivate more racial injustices, including violence. And so that's why I say to us, stay woke.
Stay woke, the Defiant Lawyers with yet another great clip, man. Why is JD Vance telling white people to stop apologizing? As if white people has ever apologized for anything. Now we have allies like the person behind the End White Supremacy page. I mean, there's quite a few, and that's why I no longer just absolutely just be totally anti-white with my stance, but white folks ain't apologetic about anything when it comes to being a white American. The rest of the clip says it sounds like a defense, but it's actually an offensive tactic that should concern us. And I really do like that point, and I like that post. Appreciate the post from Don Salmon on, aka Dejani on Twitter, and the Defiant Lawyers. But yeah, that Turning Point USA actually did have Nicki Minaj at the Turning Point rally. It was just an embarrassment, man. She has become an embarrassment. There's been a lot of embarrassing celebrities and just politicians, black and white alike. White people have never had to apologize for being white. JD Vance knows that racism brings views. Hey, shout out to DJ Vlad. Shout out to DJ Vlad for telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? You ain't that bad after all, Vlad. That's what I'm talking about.
Responsibility.
Okay.
Responsibility.
I take responsibility.
I take responsibility.
I take responsibility for every unchecked moment.
For every time it was easier to ignore than to call it out for what it was.
Every not so funny joke. Every unfair stereotype.
Every blatant injustice, no matter how big or small.
Every time I remained silent.
Every time I explained away police brutality. Or turned a blind eye.
I take responsibility. Black people are being slaughtered in the streets, killed in their own homes. These are our brothers and sisters.
Our friends, our family. We are done watching them die. We are no longer bystanders. We will not be idle. Enough is enough.
I will no longer allow an unchecked moment. I will no longer allow racist, hurtful words, jokes.
They had to cut him off. I stand corrected. Apparently, there was a time when whites were apologetic, even if just a little bit. Said, even if just a little bit.
JD Vance said, what? Apologize for being white. I'm just trying to figure out when was the last time white people was apologizing for being white, and why did they need to apologize for being white? What in the fruit cup hell is going on right now? The only people I remember apologizing for being white was them damn liberals and them Democrats. Republicans damn sure was never apologizing for being white. So I don't even know why he brought this up. This is terrible. This is not the way to go, JD Vance. We got an election coming up in 2028. Tighten up, bro. Call me. I'll tighten up your campaign, bro.
See, this is obviously a black man that's now a bit embarrassed that these are the people that he voted for. It sounds like he is under the understanding that he can talk some sense into JD Vance, but have you looked at JD Vance's eyes? Have you looked him in the eyes and his beady little devilish eyes? You look at JD Vance and his eye-lined, beady little eyes, and you think that you can talk some sense into this man when it comes to being fair? When it comes to humanity? Nah, dog. Look at this man. I mean, it's confusing, right? I mean, you got the beard, you got the bare beard with the eyeliner eyes. You know, he got a little Nick Fury gray going. Yeah. Like he ready to. Nah, I ain't gonna say none of that stuff. But the guy's a confusing guy. Like the guy is an enigma. Cause how do you be married to an Indian woman and then be as racist as you are and then be who you are and then calling Trump Hitler and then being his best friend all of a sudden? I don't know, like folks be doing some very, very hypocritical type stuff. And we all are hypocrites. You know what I'm saying? You know, we all have been hypocritical. And so I'm not really passing judgment on that, but come on, JD Vance. Come on, sir. And the other dude who thought that he could talk some sense in the JD Vance. Hotep Jesus, I think that's who page that came from. But nah, bruh. You ain't talking no sense into nobody, you know what I'm saying? Not this man. No, sir. You know what I'm saying? In the United States of America, you don't have to apologize for being white anymore. And this is exactly what I'm saying, what he should have had on when he said instead of that blue politician suit he had on. Anyway, Nicki Minaj, man, has let the folks down once again. Since we talking about this Turning Point USA rally, there's a lot of weird stuff when it comes to this rally. Actually, we're going to get into that and more when we come back, man. Let me take a quick little break. You know, pay these bills and whatnot. Anyway, make sure you follow, like, and subscribe on all platforms. Doja Toldya Radio. If you would like to give a contribution to our Cash App, Doja Toldya Radio. If you would like to give a contribution to our Cash App. Other than that, follow us on Doja Toldya on Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. If you would like to see more of these clips like this, keep watching. Or just go to the YouTube channel and find a clip that you like. In the meantime, between time, I'm Dame Doja, and this is the Doja Toldya Podcast 167. You dig? We're going to come back and talk about Nicki Minaj at the Turning Point rally, Donald Trump being mad at Somalians and Ilhan Omar, and more proof in case folks ever felt that America was not a racist country. Donald Trump is not a racist, and this Trump administration is not passing racist policies. We'll be back with more of the Doja Told You podcast. You did.
You're listening to Doja Told You Radio. You're listening to Doja Told You Radio.
All right, we're back. And
You're listening to Doja Told You Radio.
all right, we back. It's the Doja Told You podcast, and we are still on our political segment of 167, the Doja Told You podcast, episode 167. Make sure that you are following us on all platforms. Doja Told You on Facebook, Instagram, and yeah, we're just gonna get right on into it, man. So we left off talking about JD Vance at the Turning Point USA Fest or whatever they had. And it's been some time since Charlie Kirk has been laid to rest. So I guess it's kind of fair game to discuss Erica Kirk and Turning Point USA. And, you know, Candace Owens can't be the only person discussing Erica and just things that seem to not be aligning with grieving. I'm not trying to tell anybody. I like, you know what I'm saying? It's not my place to tell anybody how to grieve, you know, but they've been turning up. Their way of grieving is the new, you know, like this is some new stuff that I'm not used to. You know, I'm not used to this new style of grieving that they got going on. Like I don't know what they got going on with that. But let's get into a couple of clips. Sorry. Let's get into a couple of clips to break down this this style of grieving that Erica Kirk is involved in.
The podcaster Candace Owens, okay? At one time, a friend of Charlie's, at one time, an employee of Turning Point. She has been one of the main peddlers of these conspiracies, and she is making a huge amount of money on it. She is building her business off of these lies. What do you want to say to her and the other people that are putting these lies out into the world right now?
Stop. That's it. That's all I have to say. Stop.
The podcaster Candace Owens, okay? At one time, a friend of Charlie's, at one time, an employee of Turning Point. She has been one of the main peddlers of these conspiracies, and she is making a huge amount of money on it. She is building her business off of.
I don't know about her building her business off of. That's a bit of a stretch. Of course, Candace Owens has been doing an investigation of who she reveres as a friend with the Charlie Kirk situation, and Candace has been she's been entertaining, she's been informative, she's been creepy. But I think she's doing it in good faith. Whether or not she's profiting from the death of Charlie Kirk, maybe so. I mean, there are people that are, for sure. But I don't feel like Candace talk about anything pretty much, and folks gonna be really interested. But she is kind of stretching it. I will admit that she has been milking it a bit. But it seems that hey, Candace, Seems that Erica Kirk wants you
world
to
right now.
Stop.
give you the mean glare. Remember those creepy eyes that we was talking about with JD Vance? You know what I'm saying? Like I seen them eyes before. I seen eyes like this before. JD Vance, man. Maybe it's the eyeliner. I don't know. But I don't know if I want to stop now. I think I want to start. Like after she said stop like that, they make you want to. They make you want to start. They don't make you want to stop. Said the show don't make you want to stop. That's for sure. So I know, man. I'm terrible, man. I'm terrible. So Erica Kirk, what's going on? What's really going on? Because like they are turning up over there at Turning Point USA. Let's have Candace's side.
At one time, a friend of Charlie's, at one time, an employee of Turning Point. She has been one of the main peddlers of these conspiracies, and she is making a huge amount of money on it. She is building her business off of these lies. What do you want to say to her and the other people that are putting these lies out into the world right now?
Stop. That's it. That's all I have to say. Stop.
So this is just to me. I'm going to also let you know they pre-recorded this. Obviously, I told you this yesterday from about 11 o'clock to 4 p.m. I have sources just everywhere. CBS News, the people that were in the audience I showed you were emailing me, and they had to do multiple takes because Barry wanted to read a prompter. These questions were pre-submitted, okay? And I would like to respond to this loaded question. What would you like to say? The podcaster Candace Owens, and I'm not even going to address this repeat talking point about people making money, except for the people that have actually made off of all of the money, millions upon millions of dollars. But this is the new thing. It's like if you keep doing what you were already doing in podcasting or keep doing what you were already doing and doing ballistics on YouTube, if you catch a bunch of views, they want to convince you that like you wake up and you turn into a millionaire. Building her business. What are you talking about? I already had this business. I was already at the top of the charts. Okay, I said I wasn't going to talk about it. I actually did because it's so ridiculous, okay? But she says, I'm lying. And Eric responds, and her answer to what do you want to say to the podcaster Candace Owens who is lying is stop. So Erica would like me to stop lying. And I would like to honor that, okay? I can only honor that if Erica is more explicit in terms of what I have lied about. What did I lie about? It's just incredible. There have this opportunity. The questions have been before. You could just start like going through them. Maybe they will. By the way, it's coming on Saturday. Maybe I've made a mistake somewhere and I'm happy. I want to correct that, right? I'm not interested. My goal is not to tell lies. It is obviously plausible that I have made mistakes. I've reviewed these lists that we've put together and I can't find the lie, okay? The lies that I find are coming out of Turning Point USA. Okay, and here are some of those lies. You know, Mikey had blood all over him. Okay, Mikey has offered that his dad was confused. I'll accept that. Well, I didn't lie about that. Rob McCoy lied. His father also said he called his father first. Maybe Rob McCoy was confused. Mikey being a hero for walking away doesn't feel honest. Charlie's neck stopping a 30-06 bullet because he ate healthy and had strong bones. It was a modern day Christian miracle. That feels like a pretty big lie. Okay. Charlie never wavered in his support for Israel was a nasty lie. Maybe Barry wanted to like, what do you want to say to the people that literally lied about what Charlie was living through in the last weeks of his life?
Okay, so I'm gonna stop this right here because this is a bit of a dated video, and so they had this thing going on, you know, Turning Point USA versus Candace Owens, and as of today, I don't know where they are. I don't know. I haven't really been paying attention to Candace lately because she kind of crashed out with her narratives in her investigation when Erica Kirk suggested that Turning Point USA was like, okay, come on our show and then we'll hash it out and we'll do it live. And then Candace was like, I can't do it because my husband or something all of a sudden. It was like this whole thing, and we're gonna get into that. I'm actually gonna break that down a little bit further. But I just wanted to let Candace get her rebuttal on what she lied about. And because I think now Candace and Erica are friends again. And I'm not so sure if they're all in this big giant plot to grift and, hemorrhage money out of people, out of the conservative party and out of the American people with this American First movement thing that they got going on. Or it gets confusing because every week it changes. But Erica Kirk said, stop. And a lot of folks wanted Candace Owens to stop, for that matter. Here's another person asking Candace Owens to stop.
That this is somebody with an immense amount of strength and courage. So when people look at Erica and say she's acting strange, I've never seen a grieving person act this way. Well, I agree. She's an exceptional person in an extraordinary situation, handling it with remarkable poise and dignity. That is a virtue, and virtue is a strange thing in our day. And even if she were not an impressive person, she would still be a grieving widow. She would still be my friend's wife. And I would still feel duty-bound to support her, as I have over these past 3 months in ways both public and not. So what I am asking everybody, including Candace, is to please leave this woman alone. Let her grieve. Let her pick up the pieces of her shattered life in whatever way she sees fit. She deserves that grace. And we owe it to her. Not because of any specific debt, not because we have no right to question her. Of course, we do have the right. But we have a moral obligation as children of our Heavenly Father to be charitable and kind towards suffering widows, especially the widow of a man that all of us on the right say that we respected and admired. All told, the tragic reality is that 3 months after the assassination of Charlie Kirk, the leftists who want us dead are more emboldened than ever. They are thrilled. And that was always the worst possible outcome. It's a trajectory that, if it continues, could destroy not only what Charlie built, but also what's left of the conservative movement, a movement that is the only thing standing between Western civilization and the forces that wish to tear it down brick by brick.
Oh no.
That's the reason sociopaths like Tyler Robinson are smiling right now.
Are they?
They know they're winning, and we cannot let them, which means we all must return to the facts, to the truth, and our defense of it, which is the mission that Charlie lived for and died for. We cannot let it die with him.
Okay. Bullshit ass Matt Walsh. These people are very good at what they do. I think they got like this big giant operation, content, political thing going on. And they're all in on it, if you ask me. They're all in on it. But it's weird. Erica Kirk, the way she grieves, a lot of folks tend to find it kind of weird. I mean, you got her coming out on stage looking like it's a WWF. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's a country music. I don't know if it's a country music concert or if Hulk Hogan about to run out and fight the Undertaker. I don't know what's going on. Is this a church? Is this a political event? What? The folks got some bread over there. That's one thing for sure. They are not short on the money over at TPUSA. So, you know, I'm not the only person that finds the way Erica Kirk grieves weird. And then it was a whole bunch of it was a whole bunch of stuff. You got her and JD Vance, who they damn near look like brothers and sisters. But I mean, we talked about this a few weeks back. But my boy JD Vance was getting kind of, you know what I'm saying, touchy-feely with Erica Kirk, man. Word on the block is they trying to groom JD Vance and Erica Kirk to be the next, you know what I'm saying, First Lady and President of the United States. But first, they got to get rid of JD Vance's wife. His actually Indian wife first, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know how they actually plan on doing that. But it looked like the plan is underway. The plan is underway, by the way. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't believe me. Like, look at these images. Like, I'm not making this up.
In JD and Vice President JD Vance. I do. And that's why I'm so blessed to be able to introduce him tonight, because he understands
how to put on eyeliner. He understands how to put on eyeliner just like I do. Don't he? That boy JD, man. Donald Trump ain't the only one. I'm saying, I mean, JD ain't the only one that was making moves on old Erica Kirk, man. Donald Trump looked like he was making moves on her too. But again, they got to get rid of this lady right here. You know what I'm saying? She stands in the way. The second lady, I guess she would be the vice president's wife, Usha. I think her name is Usha Vance. And y'all know this old racist ass country. They be giving her hell in the comments, and they be talking about her real bad. They be talking about old Usha real bad in the comments, man. And they shouldn't do it like that, man. But I mean, what do you expect? It's America. So something's definitely creepy with the way Erica Kirk. That was a Freudian slip. I promise you. I didn't mean that. But the way Erica Kirk has been parading around, and, you know, also she had to explain this because I mean, this, she grabbing the back of his head. She got on that leather pants. That girl know what she was doing, man. That girl know what she was doing. Come on now, Erica. You know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So here's a clip of her actually, she was asked about that.
Please. So for those of you who know me, I hug. Yes, like, you're an intense hugger. Whoever is like hating on a hug needs a hug themselves. I will give you a free hug anytime you want a hug. My love language is touch, if you will. But seriously, that hug. So I will give you a play-by-play. Walking. They just played the emotional video. I'm walking over, he's walking over, I'm starting to cry. He says, he's so proud of you. And I say, God bless you. And I touch the back of his head. Anyone who I've hugged that I have touched the back of your head when I hug you, I always say, God bless you. That's just me. If you want to take that out of context, go right ahead. Again, that to me shows that you need a hug more than anyone else. So if anyone...
They were acting like you touched the back of his ass.
I feel like I wouldn't get as much hate if I did that versus, but no, seriously, so now when I go and hug people, I'll bring them back in and be like, I obviously didn't give you the right hug, but let me touch
Where do the hands go?
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Touch the head. What can I touch?
I know.
It's not me. I'm always like, when you touch the back of my head, I'm like, oh, she's feeling the extensions.
That's another thing. People think my hair is fake. It is very real.
My hairstylist told me your hair is real. She's like, oh no, that's all real.
This is real. I've
Oh,
had
how
some
is it
women,
real?
they like come and touch the back of my head. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, so they found a way to spin it and make a good joke out of it, but it definitely looked like what it looked like. You know what I'm saying? And then where you let, like, this is totally AI. You know what I'm saying? This is totally AI. Don't take this recording seriously. But
Girl, you wanna come to my hotel?
Hey, all AI. That's not real, by the way. We don't have permission to play that. But I mean, think about it, man. JD Vance, man. You know who? This is what JD Vance used to look like before they, you know what I'm saying, whipped him up into be the vice president. You know what I'm saying? You know, this is what he used to look like. That's crazy, right? He even got the red dot on his forehead and all. Yeah. The country is being ran by a reality show, or like a reality show. Yeah, man, they got them folks damn night kissing. But y'all remember when Trump, you know what I'm saying, hugged Erica Kirk? You know, Trump hugged her like it was a pass around situation. You know what I'm saying? I got to reference this. I got to go back. Y'all got to, like, you know what I'm saying? Cause this was the one right here. Oh boy, Trump was going for it. Yeah, yeah. Why he look like that, man? Why did he do that, man? What was that about? Oh boy, Trump, man. Trump got to do something about his inner creep, man. Come on, Trump. Do something about your inner creep, man. Your creep is showing. Your creep is showing, man. And you know the folks, you know what I'm saying? You know the folks made a meme out of that. You know what I'm saying? They knew what to do with it. They knew what to do with it. That's one of my favorite memes of the year. This is one of my favorite memes of the year. Old Trump got it. You know what I'm saying? You know, old Trump and Erica. Hey, give me some love, girl. Give me some love. I want to say, give me some love, man. I want to say, all right, man. But why did he do this, man? He can't help but to look creepy, man. Oh, man. He can't help it, bruh. I'm looking for the right one, man. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. I got to find the right one. Everyone knew what he was doing. Hold on, man. I guess I can't find it. And we'll just move right along because we got to start talking about what Nicki Minaj ass doing on stage with Erica Kirk carrying on the hell Nicki Minaj doing on stage with Erica Kirk. All right, y'all ready to talk about that part? All right, let's get into it. So the Turning Point USA. Fest or whatever it was. Some folks say that it's a political movement that they need for kids to join the conservative party. And some say that this is merely somewhat of a cult. Either way it go, they got our girl. Well, at least I can say she was our girl. Because they got her. Nicki Minaj attended the Turning Point America Fest. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what this was. Looked like it was a cult meeting. This is actually an old footage that's not current. Get it together, Doja. That was in 2023. But now, this is how they did it in 2025, baby. All right, so we got to talk about it, man. Nicki Minaj and Erica Kirk. What is going on? Have we lost Nicki Minaj to the conservative party? I'm afraid so. Is there any coming back? I don't know. Do we need her? Do we need her back? I mean, I'll still ride the music to a certain degree, but after this, she can stay over there. Nicki can stay over there as far as I'm concerned, man, because it's either you with us or against us, and them folks ain't with us, man. Them folks is not with us, and I don't know why Nicki is letting the conservative party use her in this way. And it's not even about being conservative. It's deeper than that, because she just caping a little too hard for Donald Trump and JD Vance, and this is at the same rally that he says white folks no longer have to apologize for being white. So it's it's beyond weird at this point. But yeah, Nicki Minaj came out at the Turning Point USA rally with Erica Kirk. I guess they raising some money. Maybe she's got some business going on. Maybe that's not even her. Maybe it's a shapeshifter. I don't know. So yeah, Nicki Minaj is helping Erica Kirk grieve, and a lot of folks was pretty pissed off about this, and let's talk about it.
First of all, I want to say I'm proud of you guys. this is a major, to be so young, for you guys that are in college, to be so young and to care this much, this early in your life, it tells us how smart you are, and it tells us that there's hope for our future. So God bless you. Congratulations, you guys. You're amazing. Congratulations. You guys are amazing, okay? Know it. Feel it. Yes. Yes. Proudly.
I mean, it's some of the message you can't really be mad at, right? We're not really mad at the complete message of her being with the weirdos and during their weirdo campaign. Yeah, it's not about that, because I mean, weirdos are actually cool. I'm sorry, weirdos, for even putting y'all in the same category as Turning Point USA. What is weird is it's the things that Nicki Minaj is saying while on stage caping for these folks. Let's get into it.
Nicki Minaj is a stupid, goofy ass, ignorant ass, clown ass bitch. And I don't really give a fuck about anything that she has to say. Nobody should be paying attention to her. However, since people are paying attention to her dumb ass, now I gotta motherfucking address some shit. Now, I really don't care about a lot of the shit that she said. It's a typical Republican grift. It's the same script. But what did piss me off is how she sat up there with Eric Kirk on her dead husband tour and brought in black women. Why the fuck are we in it? For her to sit up there and say, well, if black women didn't feel good about themselves, then why would they turn around and try to make a white woman feel bad for herself because she looks good? Bitch, what? The idea that black women are somehow bullying white women when black women be over here minding our motherfucking business is stupid. The biggest bullies of white women are not black women. It's actually white women and white men. White men are the ones passing these motherfucking laws to make them baby incubators. That's allowing child marriage to come through. All that ancestry shit that got going down in some of these states. Child labor. Y'all the ones that they taking away DI, which white women benefited from the most. So why the fuck are black women in it? If you go to any discussion that black women are having about black beauty, don't involve white women. If you go pick up a fucking Essence magazine, Epic magazine, Jet magazine, whatever the fuck, we over here mind our black ass business, talking about our hair, our face, card never declining, and the things that worry us. Mind you, we definitely got bigger motherfucking fish to fry than goddamn whatever white women got going on. Shit, 300,000 black women lost their jobs under Trump. 800,000 black women are unemployed. You could get up there and talk about that shit, bitch. But no, you trying to sit up here and make us out to be bullies. But let me ask you a motherfucking question. Name the law that white women need in order to wear their hair the way that their hair naturally looks. It doesn't fucking exist. On the other hand, black women and black men, we need the Crown Act. We need the Crown Act so that we can wear our hair the way that it naturally looks when we go on a job interview or when people go to school, so that they don't have to cut their locks in the middle of a fucking wrestling match in order to continue playing. That's why we need the motherfucking Crown Act. So if anybody is being restricted from looking and feeling good the way that we naturally do, it will be black people, not white women, bitch.
Hello.
Nicki Minaj is a...
All right, so she read her. And there's plenty more where that came from. There's plenty more where that came from, because Nicki Minaj had folks hot, boy. You know, they saying that, you know, that Nicki Minaj is around here looking like Nicki Minaj Trump. All right, so yeah, I know. And that didn't land right. That didn't land like I thought it would.
Black culture is being...
But this is the irony. The irony is this is how Charlie Kirk felt about Nicki Minaj, actually.
Right now, black culture is being held captive by influences, songs, and role models. I mean, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B.
Okay, Nicki Minaj is causing dads to leave the home.
Hold on a second. I don't think that's a good role model for 18-year-old black girls. I don't think that songs that are talking about, like, glorifying wet female genitalia is exactly, I don't know which one wrote that song. Which one was it?
I think it was Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but but by the way, the role models of the 1940s and 50s for Black America were completely different.
So it is a representation issue.
Hold on a second. No, not representation. It's who do you get your art from? It's what values are they putting forward? It's the question of every day. For example, more times than not, Black politicians will lament the condition of America. It's systemically racist. It's terrible. What does that do to a 14-year-old Black kid if you just find that you hear that everything is rigged against you? Instead, they should be saying, hey, there might be some barriers, but if you believe in yourself enough, you can achieve in this country.
But
right?
if you believe in yourself enough, I hate when they hit it. They hit it with like, of course you would like to not hate on positive reinforcement, but come on, man. They be playing folks with that bullshit, man. Like you just like a dumbass. You know, the system is rigged. We still overcome. We still make different loopholes and real holes in the system for us to overcome. But make no mistake about it, the system is rigged. Definitely. So mix me with the bullshit. Yeah, so it's funny that Nicki Minaj is praising. It's funny that they got Nicki Minaj praising this is hilarious. Like that's a hilarious picture. They got her praising I just can't get over the damn picture. Praising Donald Trump, JD Vance. They even got the damn. Y'all see the tattoo on that motherfucker? y'all see the tattoo? Anyway, these folks is terrible, man. These folks say Nicki Minaj. I feel him, Mo. I feel him. Okay, Kaya had to get her read on Nicki Minaj. Let's get into it.
And Mega and the white folks and Charlie Kirk wife and all this cutting up and carrying on. What the fuck you got going on, Nicki? If you don't get your ass back to Trinidad, you bet. I guess you had to pretend to be Donald Dump's friend so he wouldn't send your immigrant ass back over there to Trinidad because you know you ain't no U.S. citizen. Anyway, we the people want Kenneth's petty pussy snatching ass on the docket. Meow. I said not meow. Meow. You know what, Gag Nation, for telling. For not telling, Gag, we the people want your husband on the docket, Nick Van Dyke. For not telling you to sit the fuck down, Gag Order, and for failing as a man and as a husband. I'm a group of the people on that because you is out of order. This is the case of if you don't get your crazy deranged ass wife, Kenneth snatch bitches by the pussy petty, you better. Let's talk about the order. We the people versus Kenneth Petty. Kenneth, grope a hoe, use a hoe, because you ain't got shit but convictions. Petty. Your broke pussy grabbing, no money having ass is being charged with habitual drugging of a delusional fat non-rapping ass bitch who hates herself and all the choices she's made in her fucking life. Leaving an endangered toddler at home with a drunk, drugged up, hungover, non-rapping ass mega slut, aka your wife who stays on the couch yelling at herself and at her phone all day and all night on Twitter while maxing out her Amex card in Queens with Bocce be her friends and the niggas on the block.
Yeah, man, it's always a treat when we get Kaya. Yeah. When we get Kaya to step on in. The original ghetto princess.
Yelling at herself and at her phone all day and all night on Twitter while maxing out her Amex card in Queens with Bocce be her friends and the niggas on the block. Buying them chains and things, okay, and not telling your wife to go sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up. Moving into a bitch house, increasing her dependency on you through drug use while causing her to lose her house over judgment. You call for punching a saltine cracker overseas. You ain't learned to stay your ass over there from over there too while pretending to be her fucking security because you don't have a real fucking job. while she's busy being a keyboard Karen with mental health issues and a fucking drug addict that need to put the coquiana down, a gag order that stays running out of her nose. Not taking the phone out of her oh never, oh nigga, oh nigga, oh hell no's hand. And disabling all her social media accounts until she gets the help that she needs.
Let me help you out.
And having an old immigrant whore claim she is now mega just to get your predatory ass a pardon off the sex offenders list. And we the people say a real nigga ain't gonna have you going out this bad and so sad, gag order like this every day without an intervention. That man don't love you. He don't give a fuck about you. He hope that you die so he can take all of your money that you got left. Evidently it's not a lot because you can't even save your house. Always tweeting for 40 days and 40 nights. You know what? Doja Cat got it right about you when she was in Bangkok. They sent a video of him where she had all kind of powder donut going up her nose. I don't know if she was just being herself or gagging you, but it looked like she was gagging you. You Johnson & Johnson baby powder head bitch.
Whew. Ain't nothing like a good old Kaya Reed, boy. A good old Kaya Reed, boy. She break it down. I stopped the post. I stopped the read so I can find Doja Cat with the coke all of those. Yeah. It don't look like Doja Cat. Look like Doja Cat speaking to somebody in particular. This is who Kai was talking about. But anyway, we dragging it. I know, but it's so fun. So much fun. So much fun.
Johnson baby powder head bitch. I'm sick of this whole. I don't have nothing to say about this bitch. Your husband ain't shit because he need to get some control of you, okay? But he ready for you to clock up out of here so he can take the little bit of money you got left. I guess. You know what, girl? The little bit of fans that you had, they're gone, okay? Since you went.
Speaking of which, they did say that Nicki Minaj fans, that she canceled, not canceled, but they said that she turned off her Twitter, her Instagram, because she allegedly lost 10 million followers in one day or something like that. That is not true. But folks was definitely mad. Folks was definitely not feeling old Nicki Minaj and the things that she had to say about Donald Trump and J.D. Vance and black women. And it just was like, girl, you tripping out.
Real, and they have the ability to still connect and be real.
Who that girl?
Every single thing a person could be through publicly. Having to constantly be lied on. It's not really that funny. Until you are in that person's shoes that's being lied on, you'll never understand what it feels like. That person is a human being. They have a family who has to read those lies. And that's not, and it's just not fair. But this administration is full of people with heart and soul.
Wait. Soul? Wait, what? Are we talking soul? You think the Trump administration got soul? One thing about it, man. Kaya, the thug missus, will read the hell out of your ass on the internet. And Nicki just lately have been very, very disappointing. And not because, she's turning over to the conservatives. I think that most of the folks with money, usually they be conservative. But she kind of taking it up a notch.
Having to constantly be lied on. It's not really that funny. Until you are in that person's shoes that's being lied on, you'll never understand what it feels like. That person is a human being. They have a family who has to read those lies. And that's not, and it's just not fair. But this administration is full of people with heart and soul. And they make me proud of them.
Wait, what? Again, this is like the second time that I heard her say this. And she think that the people in the Trump administration got soul? Donald Trump got soul. You mean the person that has to literally paint themselves to look like they actually have blood circulating in their body? Yeah, that person. He got soul. All right. If you say so, Nicki. But you tripping.
Our vice president, he makes me, well, I love both of them, but they're both.
Sound like she was about to say he makes me. Does he make you randy, baby? Does he make you horny, baby? Yeah. Where's Austin Powers when you need him?
Powerful men, smart, strong, all of that, but both of them have a very uncanny ability to be someone that you relate to. I can relate to them. When I hear them speak, I know that they're one of...
What? You can relate to JD Vance? How? How can a woman like...
us, like, I know that they're not... Don't you guys agree?
No.
They haven't lost touch of the world. You know, they're still connected to the world and what's happening in the world, with the younger people and older people, with the richer people and not so rich people. They have the ability to still connect and be real.
Now she up there talking like Donald Trump.
Not so rich. With the younger people and older people, with the richer people and not so rich people.
With the richer people and the not so richer people.
They have the ability to still connect and be real and make us feel proud to be American.
But you're not an American. That's the thing that has everybody up in arms, because she is not an American. So it's not only that you up there cooning, but you're not even American, baby. You are just illy representing the hip hop community, the immigrant community, the Trinidadian community, the Caribbean community, the black woman community. And you just up there just talking out of the side of your neck. Is my sound effects on? Oh, damn, I got to get my sound effects. Yeah, but that's what she up there doing. Talking out of the side of her neck.
And you have amazing role models like the assassin J.D. Vance, our vice president.
It's like, you dummy. Are you dumb? Where's Remy Ma when you need her? Know what I'm saying? Like, well, cue the Remy Ma sound effect right here. Are you dumb?
President. And when I say that, J.D. Vance, our vice president. And when I say that, assassin J.D. Vance, our vice president. And when I say that,
Yeah, you had to think about that dumbass shit that you said. You know what I'm saying? Again, talking out of the side of your neck.
Trust me, there's nothing new under the sun that I have not heard, so you're fine.
And she's just sitting there laughing.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, she embarrassed. That's what she is.
You have to laugh about it, truly. I have been called every single thing, and you know what? God is so good, you let it roll right off your back. And this is what's so beautiful about this moment, because if the internet wants to clip it, who cares? I love this woman. She's an amazing woman. She has a soul and a heart for the Lord.
And you have amazing role models like the...
Yeah. Yeah. I thought you could freestyle better than that, Nicki. I thought you could freestyle better than that. Oh, man. This is just so terrible. So, Nicki Minaj, man. Black women, they just not really happy with the way that you portrayed yourself on that stage with them white women. Here's Nicki Minaj tells black women to stop attacking white women. Can't make this shit up.
If as black women, we felt that we were not being represented and not being admired for our beauty, if we felt like that as black women, why would we want to do that to other women? Amen. Why would we now need to make other people downplay their beauty so that we can feel, no, that's not how it works. I don't need someone with blonde hair and blue eyes to downplay their beauty because I know my beauty. Do you understand? It doesn't bother me that a woman feels and says that she's beautiful. If as black women...
Yeah, man. She's out of here, man. She's out of here.
Minaj is the prime example of how black women do not belong to you. Because the black community doesn't actually function like a community. It functions like a cult. See, black and white people have to be kept at odds with each other for the system to function the way that it does. Because if black and white people aren't against each other, then how else do they control us? Your emotions, your finances, your ideology. If race no longer controls your emotions, what exactly do they have left to control you with? A real community doesn't ostracize you the second you think differently. It doesn't punish you for having different values. Cults do. And it's the same thing with the LGBT community. The moment she said boys should be boys, suddenly she's homophobic and she's transphobic. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you saw a tomboy? When was the last time you saw a feminine boy? You don't anymore. Because any deviation from the stereotypes now gets turned into an identity crisis that leads to kids rushing to be labeled a different gender. She's ostracized for defending the Christians in Nigeria. She's called anti-black because she said she doesn't gain confidence from watching white women be torn down. That says a lot more about you than it does about her. And I'll make one more thing very clear.
Go ahead, girl.
It is pro-black to not constantly operate in your blackness. That's what our ancestors worked incredibly hard for. I suggest you adopt it.
Okay, well, she said a little something there, but I don't agree. I don't agree because it's just not time for it. It's just not time for that. And I feel like that was very mature of you to feel that way, and she's entitled to her own opinion. But yeah, we're not rolling.
Admired for our beauty. If we felt like that as black women.
Well, yeah, a lot of folks there's some folks that are rising up in defense of Nicki Minaj. There's some folks that feel like she's canceled and we not really fucking with her. I think it's just not this. It's being piled on. I'm really still kind of like, disgusted by the way she handled that Cardi B kid situation. And then to go on and do this, it just, it just continued to turn me off. But hey, to each his own, man. She might be getting paid, which is not an excuse. But
are we like touching grass at all? Like, do you guys go outside and go on walks? I think you guys can leave as many hate comments as you want. I don't care. I think that's the most ridiculous thing ever. Like, I think everyone needs to put their phone away. I think everyone needs to get off the internet, because how stupid does that sound? Like, I just saw a video of them saying the Love Island cast was getting canceled for posting to a Nicki Minaj song and saying they're a barb. Like, are we okay? Are we okay? Like, you know what? Maybe they should ban TikTok. Maybe, you know what? Our moms were right. It's that phone.
Our Beauty is standing up for her barb friend. And, you know, to each his own. I'm not asking y'all to cancel Nicki Minaj. I'm not asking you to support her. I'm simply just playing these clips and letting y'all know how I feel about what Nicki Minaj went up there and did, and all that caping for them white folks that ain't really buying her albums and supporting her like that. I think that this shit was disgusting, appalling, just ugh. That's what it was. Yeah.
Someone with blonde hair and...
She say she don't need the blonde, blue-eyed white woman that goddamn... Hey, y'all. Come look at this.
I don't need someone with blonde hair and blue eyes to downplay their beauty, because I know my beauty.
Motherfucking Nicki Coonan again. Shit, this Turning Point USA shit going crazy. She say she don't need the blonde, blue-eyed white woman that goddamn queer her beauty. White power.
Do you understand? It doesn't bother me that a woman feels and says that she's beautiful. Why shouldn't she feel that? Why have we gotten to a point where certain colors or certain kinds of people have to be afraid of loving themselves and loving the way they look?
And this shit crazy. She talking about we. This bitch ain't even no citizen. That's why she doing this shit. She don't want ICE to take her ass back. Fuck to the ass bitches. I got a strong hate for them hoes. And this is what Charlie think about her motherfucker.
Man, why you had to hate on all the Trinidad hoes, man, po-fo? Damn.
Minaj, Cardi B.
Okay, Nicki Minaj is causing dads to leave the home.
Hold on a second.
All right, so we covered that. We covered that. And I loved Po Folks post. So whenever I seen him talking about that, I had to jump on down. So, you know, maybe she's just trying not to be deported. You know what I'm saying? These folks doing what they got to do. But this shit is funny as hell. You know what I'm saying? Joe Budden say he ain't rolling. Cardi B already told us what it was. And I ain't rolling either. Y'all let the barbs know Nicki Minaj cannot sit with us. All right, so
out on stage hand in hand with Erica Kirk at TPUSA's AmFest event. Word on the street is that she's really going out publicly talking about how great this administration is because she's trying to get her husband a political pardon. See, in 2021, her husband pled guilty in federal court for failing to register as a sex offender. Even though he didn't serve any prison time for this, it's just not a good look for the brand. But I guess either is walking out on stage with Erica Kirk right now because according to several reports online, Nicki Minaj has now deleted or deactivated her Instagram account after losing 10 million followers. And I don't think that anybody would care if Nicki Minaj is a conservative. I think it has more to do with the fact that she's walking out and supporting her. With TPUSA's support dwindling, you have to wonder if this partnership with Nicki Minaj was organic or if her husband's going to be getting a pardon soon. As always, I want to hear what you think about all of this.
Yeah, like she said, make sure that you like and subscribe. Make sure that you hit that like button, man. Make sure y'all follow us on all platforms. Doja told you. But shout out
down
to her.
Below.
Shout out to her. Shout out to that lady too, man. And everybody that have anything to say, you know, I'm open for all perspectives, but I'm gonna hold my own opinion in this, and I'm just not rolling. I don't know if I'm gonna actually, you know, not listen to the music that she ever came out with, but the music that she coming out with, Yeah, that shit going double wood. Double wood over here. I might have to listen to it like once or twice to see what it sound like, but double wood. We ain't rolling. All right, so damn, that was kind of a long segment. I kind of stretched that out. Pause. But yeah, there's TPUSA Fest, JD Vance, Nicki Minaj, Erica Kirk. It's just one big race fest. And we still got more to talk about, man. I'm just getting started, so.
Speaking about politics. So why now have you been involved with speaking about politics? What was kind of the turning point for you? Yeah.
What was the turning point? Well, I just got tired of being pushed around. Yeah. Sometimes you just get tired of it, and then you realize, wait a minute, I have something inside of me that's stronger than what's out there. That's right. So when you've had enough, you realize, wait a minute, why do I even care about these people and what they think? Who are they? They don't even know who they are. So I'm not going to back down anymore. I'm not going to back down ever again.
Amen.
Oh,
So why?
spare me. All right, man. So we'll just have to catch with y'all on the next segment, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this segment of the Doja Told You podcast 167. Again, make sure you like and subscribe on all platforms, Instagram, Facebook. If you would like to give a contribution, there is the Cash App. Doja Told You Radio, DOZHATOLDYARADIO. Bump what you heard. Remember who told you is Doja Told You.
You're listening to Doja Told You Radio.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Dame Doja. If you're looking to get your interview done or be a guest host on our podcast, hit us up at dozhatoldyapodcast@gmail.com. Bump what you heard. Remember who told you is Doja Told You.